Hi and welcome to my weekend series where we are role-playing and storytelling in Iberia, trying to achieve the ending of the Iberian Struggle by ways of the conciliation and détente, and at the moment conciliation is falling behind hostility. I think there should be time for us to turn this around and make sure that conciliation is the next phase, but we will have to do some work on that. I'm currently learning the language of Arabic from a ruler down here, and I failed in my scheme to learn the Arabic language, I think 2 times last weekend. But I'm still on the scheme and there's a 78% success chance, so I hope I will get through that. So we're playing as Geofré the Hairy and we're currently aiming to become the Duke, reclaim the title his father, I think it was, held. Yeah. It was stolen from us by these French people here, so my character here, he is vengeful, and in the description when you start the game, the French has done him wrong. They murdered his family and stripped his father of his title. He has since then got back some of his lands and is now trying to reclaim what he views as rightfully his. He is a patient, just, ambitious and vengeful man. And as I said, this is a roleplay and a storytelling let's play, which means I'm going to play after his character. I will take his traits into consideration, and I'm also developing and molding the characters with storytelling parts appearing on the screen as pieces of dialogue or environmental storytelling, or sometimes when I get inspired, a poem. Stick around and watch and you will see what I mean by that. So I had a look at Geoffrey's clothing here, and I could go to the barber because it looks kind of ridiculous. He looks like more like a court jester than a count. But I went to the barber and it says that these are the clothing of Iberian Christian low nobility. So I thought if I can change the clone to whatever I want at the barbers, but it's kind of more fun to let the game decide what's fitting for the character as he currently is, and if nothing else, this will be a motivator for him to either become more than low nobility, become a duke or maybe a king, or change religion so that he can get something better to wear than this this outfit he's wearing, especially the hat and well, let me know if you like this outfit and think that it rocks, but I think it looks kind of ridiculous but fun at the same time. So yeah, this is Iberia. We are currently a part of France, and also a part of the Duchy of Gothia, which is held by this little boy here, Duke Bernard. He is our enemy because we want to be the Duke, and further down the line I'm pretty sure that we want to become independent from France as well, to focus our efforts down here in Iberia. Last weekend when we left, I was about to declare war for the duchy because I have a faction that is able to press demands. So I will send a letter to my duke telling him that I am the rightful Duke of Gothia, and if he agrees I will just take the duchy. If he refuses, there's war. Oh, thank you. I think 2 times I failed with my attempts to learn Arabic. But now, after lots of hard work, I finally learned the Arabic language. Endless hours practicing accentuation, sleepless nights mimicking inflection, countless lessons mastering intonation. It was all worth it in the end. So I can try to further impress this man who I learned the language from. He's my neighbor down here, I think. Or I could just go with I feel accomplished. So this last option here gives me a decent chance of becoming on friendly terms with my Arabic neighbor down here. So I will try it. It might come across as dishonest mockery, and it did. So he is disliking me now, and we are closer to becoming rivals. Right, and Duke Bernard here, he accepted my demands and gave up his Dutch title, and I am now the Duke. And the King of France wants to have me in his council. Well, we do want to become independent, and being in the council, I don't think that we can... we have 2 ways of going about the French situation. My sister is married to Prince Louis, the heir to the kingdom. So we could try to start a faction for him, or murder this king, in which case my sister's husband would take the kingdom. But I think we're more interested, because my character, he is just, so he don't really goes around murdering people and doing those kinds of plots. So I think it's better if we try to become independent, and to be able to start a faction for independence, we need to I don't think you can start a faction if you are in the King's Council, so I will decline. So it was a peaceful resolution for the Duchy of Barcelona, and I've moved the capital down to Barcelona. It's where it should be, right? The capital. So let's see what we can do with our new duchy. Well, our former duke, he kept his duchy up here, and that is fine. Our claim was for this, and that is what we got. So, well, to start with, we need to get rid of some of our titles, because we have too many. Currently we hold all the holdings here, and even though these 2 coastal ones here has low control, I think it's better to keep coastal ones, especially because I'm gonna try to play a somewhat tall game here in this playthrough. In my other Let's Play with the Vikings and the Norse, I'm more of a conqueror, grabbing land. But here in the Iberian Struggle, our end goal is to be a strong Duke of Barcelona, maybe expand a little bit, maybe form the Kingdom of Aragon if things move in that direction while role-playing. But for now, Duke Geofré here, he is content with Barcelona, and he also wants to try and become independent from France further down the line. But to start with, we are gonna give away some of our mountainous holdings here, because coastal counties should be easier to develop and build city holdings in, ports and stuff, when we can afford it later. We have currently 6 out of 4 holdings, so I need to get rid of 2 of them. And I think it says here that if I give titles to local nobles of involved cultures, it should count towards conciliation. So, and I have my spy master and friend here, my brother. Last episode he helped me get rid of some stress. He took me out to town and we had a wild night and it was great. And he's my friend. He's a good spy master and he should have his own lands. So I will give him. So what do they mean with grant one of your counties to a local noble of an involved culture? I granted 2 of my counties to a local noble of an involved culture. When he got the first one, he wasn't landed, so maybe even though it's not clear here, maybe they need to be landed. But he was definitely landed when I gave him the second one. Well, that's too bad. But what's done, it's done, and I wanted to give him some land, so that's alright. Now I need a new chancellor. Or I will make this my Norse knight here, my marshal. He is really good at his job, even though he hates me because he is of a different culture and a different religion. I really don't have any great chancellors. Let's make Major Olina. She was the Russian woman who came to us. She fled from the harem of the Sultan down here in the last episode. She came to us and I made her a major. She's at least decent as a chancellor, so let's assign you Major Olena. And since we are trying a tall game, let's go and increase development in Barcelona with our Stuart here. And he is increasing control in Girona. That is good. And what's this up here? Petition Liege. I have this. I suppose this is the hold court thing, but when you go to the King's Court, pay homage. No, I will not formally and publicly pledge allegiance. Because we want to be independent down the line, but for now let's try and see what we can do with our liege. It will cost me prestige. There are some good things you can do here for sure. Most of them are grayed out for different reasons, but well, let's try this. We are trying to go for a tall game. And this can give Barcelona more development if King Charles transfers a fraction of his capital population to me. So let's petition him to do this. I am escorted to King Charles' throne room, where he beckons for me to approach and address him. I carefully explain the disparate situations of the county of Barcelona and Ile-de-France and what could be done to redress the balance. After listening to the speech, he sits silent for several moments as he mulls my petition over. Eventually he addresses me. You make some good arguments, but if I am to agree to your request, I will need something in return. Surely you see it would benefit both of us if we come to an arrangement. So this is a negotiation. I can spend some prestige to ask him again. Or I can give him a favor hook on me, which won't be good because I will try to be independent. Or I can get angry. I think I will try to explain here. King Charles thinks for a moment, then cries, "Hugo, I require your counsel on this matter." The nobly born chancellor steps forward, eagerly clutching his scrolls. Better than clutching his balls, I suppose. Sorry. Clutching his scrolls. Yes, a most delicate affair, my lord. Gerard, the king's archbishop, watches quietly from the sidelines. No one could question an argument left unrefuted by him. The king turns back to me, his attention already moving elsewhere. I need to do something. So I can turn to Hugo or the archbishop. I have a slightly better chance with Hugo, so let's try that one. Oh. I managed to convince him. My development increased by 2, that is great. And I get some influx. That is good. So I really should see about starting after successfully convincing the King of France to increase the development in Barcelona. Well, I think he would. I don't really like him. I went there because I saw an opportunity to further my ambitions, because my character is ambitious. But for Geofré and House of Barcelona, the French crown has done them wrong in the past, and we don't really view ourselves as a part of France. We are of a different culture, and we speak a different language, and we want to align ourselves more down here in Iberia. So we should see about starting an independence faction. So I started the independent faction, and I am the head of it. Currently no one is joining, but there are some who are close, and maybe they will join in a bit, and we will see what we can do about that then. Right, so it was too bad I didn't get points for the conciliation when I gave land away to my brother here. But at least my friend and spymaster is now my only powerful vassal. That is good. I have less men now than when I was a count, but I'm sure it will start to tick up eventually. Yeah, I was looking to convert to Mozarabism because it seems a more fitting branch of the Christian faith if you want to strive for the détente, but I need a lot more piety to do that. I think it might be easier if I have a character close to me of that faith, but I don't currently do. My wife here, for instance, she's a French Catholic. Yeah, well, let's start working towards friendship and conciliation here by trying to befriend Sultan Mohammed the Poet of Al-Andalus. 65% chance of succeeding, and me knowing his language is surely a good thing here. Oh, my king appointed me master of the hunt without me asking for it. Well, I suppose that's alright. And here is an event with my wife and my daughter. Oh, it's a newborn daughter. And she wants to name her Cecile after herself. But I think that we already have a daughter named Cecile. It would be confusing, don't you think, dear wife, if we have 2 daughters named Cecile. Let's name her Joanna. Much better. So I have a lot of daughters now, that is good. My hook on this baron expired. Call to war. Oh, it's my Irish ally. I really regret making those. I suppose they were decent alliances for count, but I haven't really been needing them. And now I could, as a duke, I'm sure I could make better alliances, but since I'm in those alliances, I'll have to honor them, because we are just. Sure, I will accept this, but I don't think I would be able to help you all the way up in Ireland, you know. So my brother wants to be my best and truest friend. Well, it's we already are friends and brothers, and he has been a great help to me in many ways, and he is now my vassal and count, so I will accept this. And did this help with conciliation? Yes, it did. That is good. We really should try to get going with this, but most of the things here take time to do. Time and money that we really don't have, so I hope we will have the time to go to the conciliation, otherwise this will be a failure. But here we have false conversion. A number of so-called conversos were told by their former rabbis to profess conversion to the true faith, but they have continued to practice rabbinism in secret. If true, this would undermine any effort to converting the Jewish communities of Iberia to Christianity. One of their leaders, Yehudis, is suspected of promoting Jewish teaching. So Yehudis here, she is promoting. She is officially a Christian, a conversos. But in secret she is Jewish. And what do I think of this? Well, I've been playing him because it fits with trying to achieve conciliation, and that's the way I want to play him, as a man who is Catholic and Christian himself. He is not overly religious, but he is a Christian man. But he also believes that everyone should be free to believe how they want. So I think he will say, I care not either way. She is now rabbinism. And he think that is alright. If she wants to believe in the way her ancestors did and be a Jew, that's why should this concern him? I mean, even if he believes that you go to hell if you don't believe in these tenets here, well then, isn't that punishment enough? Well, you could of course argue that it would be, if he believes that it would be a kind thing to do, to force people to believe the way you do, so that they don't go to hell. But let's not delve too deep into that theological debate. But the Duke, he doesn't believe in forcing people to believe in a certain kind of way. And here is my son and heir, Geofré, a brewing troublemaker. That is good, because that he is now rowdy, which means I can give him a military education like his father's. There you are. Do we have a city here? Temple? City. Can I build something in this city? It is all expensive. I have to see about getting some more money, because city buildings will increase for conciliation, I would think. Oh, and my Irish ally won without my help, but anyway, that is good news. A new perk for my lifestyle. I will continue working my way down to gallant. So the King of Navarre died under suspicious circumstances, and now his daughter, I suppose, is queen. She's a Movaladi Basque, and she's not in a matrilineal marriage. She is married to this prince of the Umayyads. It could mean that it means that she has a strong ally, and it could mean that the Umayyads will inherit this in the next generation or so. But let's monitor the situation there and see what we can do. He is not all that strong, this sultan here. I also noticed that in the last episode we had a disastrous war when we tried to help our ally, who was then the Duke of Slavonia. And he lost the war, and it seems that since then he has also lost his title. My sister was married to this man. I'm sure she was. Did he divorce her and marry to this one? Or maybe she... I'll have to check that, but it looks like my sister now is married to an unlanded character. And we still have this alliance with the house Sunilatovic, but I don't think they would be able to help us that much. Let's run the game and see how things develop. Hostility is leading by quite a lot. Here's this map event, and it says that this wanderer here, he comes to me with the news that that he drew a map of the local plains for an unknown nobleman as a part of a scheme, and I should throw him in the dungeons for this, it says. So let's do it. Again, the King of France wants to make me a part of his council. I will decline because I'm still trying to become independent. Let's take a look at my dungeons. Do I have anyone there? Oh, I can ransom this man for 100. That is great. Maybe I can use that to build something in my city. Yeah, let's build guilds here. It will help with the development growth for the whole county, and building in cities is a catalyst for conciliation. And we really need to get starting on catching up to hostility if we shall have any chance of reaching that as the next phase. A scheme at court. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not yet know who, someone is plotting to kill my wife, Duchess Cecile. That is bad news. We must stop the villain behind this. I trust in you, dear brother, friend and spy master. Something is... Oh no, my horse is sick again. That's... Veilantif. He always she always gets sick. This happened last time as well. I will spend 15 gold to treat her, but that's not the healthiest horse I have seen, that's for sure. Gascony is in some kind of a strife. It looks like there are armies moving around here. What are they up to? Oh, there's some kind of battle between the counts, looks like. It doesn't concern us, I think. And Navarra is also in some kind of a internal conflict there. Here is my daughter. She is wondering about a death sentence of a lowly thief. I can make her just, and I think being just myself, that is what I would say. The punishment did indeed not fit the crime. Oh, a dynasty legacy. This is interesting. I think there are new ones in this DLC. I will take a look at this. Yeah, this was the one. I saw this on another YouTube channel. I think it was Paradox's own channel, but anyway, it is Metropolitan. It looks great for tall gameplay, and that's what I want to explore in this playthrough here. Every city increases the monthly development growth of its county by 20%. That is great. We will build Barcelona to the greatest city in Europe. How is development looking? Well, it's decent, and it's growing. There are, of course, Rome and Cordoba. They are greater cities for sure, but we are getting there. Right, we in Iberia we just have to monitor the situation and play the tall long game, trying to reach conciliation, but it's harder than I thought it would be. But I'm gonna do all I can to do that. But in the meantime, Duke Benate, my former liege, he still holds land that are rightfully mine, the county of Carcassonne here, and we are stronger than him. So I will declare war for my claim. All of my brothers, they also have claim, but it is cheaper in ways of prestige to go to war for your own claim, and then I can give it away to one of my brothers, perhaps. Battle drums are playing, and here we're gonna raise our armies. I am leading myself, and that is good. I am the best commander. Where are you marching? Oh, he's gonna try to go around. Befriend. This is my scheme to befriend the Umayyad Sultan. After learning that Sultan Muhammad would be attending the dance in the castle town of Shaka, I decided that it would be the perfect occasion to pass by to ensure I get some time to face to face with him. The ball was exquisite, and Sultan Muhammad put on a fine show. Afterward, I told him how impressed I was, and we got to talking. By the time I left, it felt as though we had known each other a lifetime already. So my scheme progressed. And we became friends. That is great. What a good day. And how did this affect here? Yeah, it helped. It gave +3, but there's still a ways to go. Right, so let's continue making friends with the Umayyads. Here is the Sultan's third-born son. He is a sheikh. We have a good chance of befriending him as well, so let's try it. Fort level is too high. I should try to hunt down his army then, maybe. No, they murdered my wife. Someone murdered my wife. Mysterious circumstances. I wonder who did this. I can't see anyone in my court having a reason to. Not an obvious one anyway, maybe it was personal. Someone disliked her. I lose stress for this. Apparently I didn't like my wife. Or okay. Because I wasn't involved in this, as far as I know. And it's kind of good, because she was only... in gameplay terms, it's not that bad, because we already have... she already gave us children, an heir, 3 daughters. And she was a lowborn girl. And now maybe we can find a wife that actually helps us towards the conciliation. I mean, one of a different religion, different culture. And maybe a better ally as well. I made a lot of mistakes in this playthrough from the start, because my end goal is conciliation and détente, and I kind of I had some knowledge of the mechanics, but I think I started playing this game as if it was any CK3 playthrough, playing a normal game. And I realized I have to start looking much more into this if I'm gonna achieve my goal here. Let's see about finding a spouse. I would have liked to marry this Mozarabic countess here, but she's far from accepting. There's also maybe I can do this long term, because here is the daughter of the Queen of Navarra, and I could marry her to my son, but it's also very far from accepting. A big part of it is too many alliances, and that's one of the mistakes I made from the start, to go about getting weak allies from far away. I regret that, but it's not much I can do now, at least not something that my patient and just Duke would consider. So there really aren't too many good choices. There's a major here, but that's beneath us, I think, to marry a major, right? It's better probably to find someone of a different religion with good inheritable traits, even if they are lowborn. Yeah, let's try and see if we can find a Mozarabic woman to marry and then maybe convert to her faith. Here's a good one. She is a genius. She's 40, so maybe she won't give us any more children. She's also a lunatic. That might be a problem, or might be entertaining, but if we have children with her, maybe they can be geniuses, but at least she has great stats to help me rule. She is also of a house, and she is Mozarabic, so I hope I can convert to her faith. Yeah, let's try this. I don't know what will happen, but I've been wanting to try to convert to this faith, who is a more understanding branch of Christianity that strives for conciliation. Oh, I still need... It is cheaper to do it this way than if you just convert, but I still need quite a bit of piety to do this. So let's save up on piety and see if we can do this. I really should have gotten onagers before I got involved in this war here. Let's call my allies, because I thought I could have this war over quick, but it doesn't look like it, so... Let's get my brother-in-law, the Prince of France, and this. He owes me this Slavonian. See if I can catch his army, because I should be able to defeat him, I think. He's trying to go for my capital. And now he's trying to run away, but I think I would catch him. Here's an event. Flight of Fancy. The renowned inventor Abbas ibn Firnas has sought me out with a very odd petition, carrying a pair of wings made from wood and silk. Long have humans lusted to soar through the heavens, he says, and I have made calculations. I will prove that we can. Allow me to jump from the tallest tower of your castle, my lord, and I shall serve you faithfully afterwards. Unfortunately, my daughter Cecilia has learned of this and is begging me to let her see the aged scholar take flight. I can allow it, which will maybe make my daughter here brave, or I can try them myself, or I can go, no, this is madness. But no, I think I will try to. My daughter here, she's intrigued, and I will let her try it. Maybe I will regret this, but very well, I will allow it. Oh, what's happened? I gained prestige and she became brave. Oh, this is a good outcome. And this learned man here, he joined my court. Is there someone? No, only my daughters. I will not marry them to a low-born 72-year-old. Is there anyone else who wants to marry this man? Let's bring in some intelligence here. I will continue chasing him down. Sooner or later I will catch him. And here it is. Here comes my army, led by me, engaging in the hills. They are countering my caballeros here. So it's an even battle. It looks like I'm winning. Yes. We are pushing them back. Oh, I think they wounded my brother. My knight, Tordor Stelki, he's the Viking one. Maybe I should give him some lands. Could be fun if I rewarded him in this way. Here comes my... I hope at least one of my allies will have honor juice. I really should have built them myself. Oh, King Charles is being attacked by someone. Who is this? A count. The Impaler. Oh, it's an internal war. He's trying to, probably trying to revoke his title or something. Here comes my, it's my brother-in-law, Prince of France. I will remember that he helped me. Oh, I managed to get my new wife pregnant. I will remember that the Prince of France helped me here. We don't like the French because they did our family wrong, but they can be redeemed themselves if they do things that are good in our eyes. Oh, I got a daughter. Is she a genius? No, she is not. Galceranda de Barcelona. May you grow to be strong and wise. And my king, the King of France, won his little war there. And we are winning this war as well. And now we have 100% war score. That is good. Loyalty and respect, that is good because my spouse has good traits, and this will increase the level of which her traits is helping me govern. And now it looks like we won this war. Did we take any prisoners? We have one. He's a major. Can ransom him for 30. Let's do it. Enforced demands, Carcassonne is mine. One of the things I love about CK3 is the freedom you have as a player. There are so many mechanics in the game, and you can use them all to your benefit and for pure fun. But most of them you can just ignore if you want to. Like army compositioning the perfect army. I like trying to get men at arms and so on, but there is a very deep level to how you can build your armies to get the maximum out of them. That's not really my thing, but if you want to do that kind of stuff, and if you enjoy crunching numbers and figuring these things out, it's there for you. And I suppose it's the same with this Iberian Struggle. I find that it's not really my playstyle to looking at these numbers and trying to do the right thing to achieve one of these two things here. I think I enjoy a more loose playstyle where I just let the game take me where it takes me, and basing my decisions on what seems right for the moment. But that being said, I'm doing that playstyle in my other Let's Play series that's on the channel on weekdays, where I'm a Norse Viking rulers of House Corp. I don't have an overarching goal there. I just let things happen and we'll see where it leads. And here I have committed to try to get conciliation and détente, and I will continue doing that. That being said, It's not really my playstyle, but I will look into this and try to do better, because we have to catch up to the hostility phase here, and it's not that it's complicated. You just have to keep thinking about all this stuff all the time, and I will strive for conciliation and détente by means of role-playing my character for an extra challenge, because some of the things here are things that he won't consider doing, which complicates things. But I hope we can manage. And now we have Carcassonne here. Let's see why this castle was so hard to siege down. It's a level 4. It has a motte and it's a small hill fort. How is that compared to... Yeah, mine here is only... So this should be a great defensive holding for us. I hold it myself now. And I can hold on to it. Yeah, I think it's my genius wife who has increased my domain limit. And that is good. So for now I will hold on to Carcassonne as my personal holding, and then maybe later I will give it away, because it's not in the Shore Duchy. So one thing I can do probably is to give it to someone and then grant them independence, but that's kind of a gamey thing to do. I will grant independence to someone when I feel that is something my character would do. And why would he, if he had a vassal here, grant him independence? Situations can arise and develop, things can develop in a way where he thinks that, oh, it's better to just leave the Count of Carcassonne to his own devices. But for now, I don't think, why would he consider it? He has conquered these lands. It's a great defensive county for us if enemies is coming from the north. So I don't think he would consider it. That I think we'll have to mark the end of this episode. This is uploaded on Saturday, so tomorrow Sunday there will be the 4th episode in my role-playing storytelling Let's Play, where I strive for an end of the Iberian Struggle by ways of the conciliation and détente. And we will continue and see what we can do. Maybe we can try this new mechanic where you can join someone's war for money. That could be a way to further our ambitions without conquering large swaths of lands, because I want to play a tall game. But we will see about that tomorrow. So for now, so for now, thank you for watching, and goodbye.